Hey tennis fans, I'm Blair Henley and welcome to Tennis Now Instructionals, where today we're going to be talking about the return of serve. Now, I'm going to start off with a bold statement. I think the return is the most neglected shot in tennis. Sounds crazy, I know, but people go out on the court and hit ground strokes all day and think that that prepares them to hit a good return. In reality, the return is a much different shot. The footwork is different, the timing is different, sometimes the stroke is even different. So if you look at a guy like Novak Djokovic, one of the best returners in tennis, he puts pressure on even the best servers because of that, and that's what I want for you today. So how are we gonna do it? First step, you have to practice it. I know, sounds super obvious, but it's really common to see somebody out hitting a hopper of serves. Not so common to see somebody on the other side of the net working on their return. So get a pro, get a friend, go out on that court and practice your return. But you have to know what to practice, right? So the next step is to find your return rhythm. It does you absolutely no good to stand here flat-footed and try to flail out this side or this side. You're gonna be off balance. It's probably not gonna work out super well for you. So as your opponent's on the other side, you see them starting their serve backswing, that's when you need to start moving forward. So what I do, I start a little bit further back than I think I need to be. As my opponent is starting their backswing, I take a step, and then I split on their contact. Now, you can take 3 or 4 steps before the split. The split is the important part. You're up on the balls of your feet, you're ready, you're balanced, you're moving forward, and the added benefit of that is if you're seeing your opponent make contact, that means it's also a whole lot easier to read where that serve is going. Next step, you have to maintain your aggressive positioning. Scary, very scary if you're playing somebody with a great serve to stand a little bit closer than you're comfortable with. But when you think about it, if you're standing 10 or 15 feet behind the baseline, you're giving your opponent a whole lot more court to work with. If I'm here, I take 1 step this way or 1 step this way, and I have most of the service box covered. Final step, you have to make sure you have a target. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm really big on this concept. So it's so common to go out and hit a return and just try to get it back in the court. You need to have a target. I don't care if it's right back at the server, you need to know where you're aiming. It's gonna make for a much better return than kind of that push shot just to get it back in. If you're playing doubles specifically, the 2 targets I like to consider, 1, I like to visualize myself hitting the ball right over the net strap, or I think about trying to make contact with the intersection of the service line and the singles line. Those will give you 2 really solid targets to go for when you're playing doubles. I'm gonna hit a few just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. That's all for today's Tennis Now Instructionals. Thanks so much for watching. Go out on the court, practice that return, give it a try. If you have questions, as always, leave them in the comment section. We'll see you next time here on Tennis Now.